Hello, my name is Dallas McCain, and I'll be talking to you about values of culture in the Latin language. First up is culture. How is studying Latin an effective method to developing strong language skills? The reasons I think are is because most languages derive from the Latin language. It makes learning words a lot easier because most of them derive from it, and it helps big time with learning conjunctions. How did Romance languages start, and what are the 5 Roman languages? They started from the collapse of the Roman Empire, which occurred in 1476 CE. When the Roman Empire collapsed, people started to make a new government because there was no leader at the time, so they started basically making their own governments, and then so the people, when they made the new governments, they started making new languages also. The 5 languages are the French, Italian, Portuguese, Roman, and Spanish. How come they are called Romance languages, and what % of the words in English derive from Latin? They are known as the Romance languages because they developed directly from the Latin of the Romans, and they came from the Roman language of Latin. What % of words in English derive from Latin? 65% of the English words derive from Latin, so it's... How might learning a second language improve your own culture? It looks good when you apply for job applications because it allows you to speak to more than one ethnic group. So if like an Hispanic person comes in, and you can speak Spanish, and if an English person comes, you can speak to English people. So that helps in many ways. It makes people more flexible and open to learn other cultures as well. It just makes it's part of the brain's psychological. It builds self-confidence in you, proves that you can learn another language. It will improve your main language by learning a second language. So it'll make your, if you speak English as your main language, it'll make that more easier to speak. Now it's on the Latin grammar. Two effective ways to keep up with the weekly vocab in your language classes. One is write down your homework in your agenda every day during class, so that when you start doing homework, you can look at your agenda with all the classes' homework and see that you have to study a vocabulary for the quiz/text the next day. So you gotta prepare. Setting a reminder on your phone or a tablet is also a good idea to remind you that you have a test tomorrow or a quiz for vocab. What are the first and second declensions of nouns in Latin, and how do adjectives match the first and second declensions in Latin? The first declension in Latin is usually an A, and the first declension adjectives is also A, so similar in that way. Second declension nouns are US and ER. Second declension adjectives is US and ER also, so they're similar in many ways. What are different word functions we study this semester? We study that subject, verb, adjective, direct object, direct verb. What is a nominative noun and an accusative noun? An accusative noun, accusative case of a noun is the grammatical case used to mark the direct object of the transitive verb in Latin. Words that are direct object have accusative case endings. Now on to nominative noun. Nominative nouns is one of the grammatical cases of a noun in part of speech. Generally marks the subject of a verb or a predicate noun or predicate adjectives. Words that are subjects are nominative case endings. How do we recognize the function of words in a Latin sentence, and when do we need to conjugate verbs in Latin? How you recognize the function of words in Latin is you recognize it by the ending of the word. So if one has an ending of es or ur, you can tell by that. When do we need to conjugate verbs in Latin? We need to conjugate the verbs to make